One,
Yeah. I mean,
I'll read some donations here if there's any. What do y'all think in the chat, man? Do y'all think justice was served? Do y'all think he should have been acquitted on all charges, not just the two?
I think what hurt him on the prostitution was them credit card receipts.
Yeah,
I mean, and the Jessica Ruiz,
Jessica
like
Ruiz,
his
the travel
travel
manager,
agent was
yeah,
booking that, so
travel
that was
manager.
tangible. It was
I think they couldn't
Yes.
get around.
And by the way, this is ironic too, and I hear what Uncle's saying. A lot of the people who really defend Puff heavily on my channel as well, they're women. Like Daisha Radcliffe, she just sent a donation. She says, listen, though Boosie didn't show up, he was holding him down since day one. So Adam with Ye.
Nah, never that. Never that.
Someone else said, yo, Boosie didn't show up because he just had a Fed case. He ain't gonna walk in a federal court for nothing.
Never that.
You think he should have showed up?
He a street nigga, ain't that what he claimed?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, no, we're not doing that. You don't get there is no compromise to show up for your friends when your friend is down on his back and you know where he's at. You know he's in the hospital on the 5th floor, and then you call him when you're down. Oh man, I was gonna come through, sorry. Oh man, I was gonna come through, man, but you understand? I got off. Fuck out of here, man. Stop.
Faye says that he ain't free on all charges. He's going to do a couple years. I said highly unlikely. I mean,
He ain't doing no couple
sentencing is in October. Even if he doesn't get an expedite, he's going to be officially a year plus. I definitely see him getting time served and released at that point. Also, I really believe that this, again, it's a give and take judge. I think the momentum and the spirit was so high that if he walked out of federal court, I think it would have just tilted the scale in a way where I'm pretty sure the AUSA would have probably issued a scathing letter saying this is now set back some of these gender motivated violence acts that we put in place to encourage victims from the past to come out and finally speak their truth. You let a guy who we accused of
So the judge could be a dick, and he could be like, well, I don't have time. I'm not expediting anything. It's summer. I want to go be with my kids and my family. But he is saying, I'm willing to meet as soon as next week and get sentencing expedited. So it's like
Would you
he
let him
said.
go home today? Would that
I mean, I don't.
all that we've seen?
Well, this is the thing. Like, I also don't know all of the case law. I think that that's what they're weighing out is like all of this different.
No, I think
different
just asking
cases,
your
like,
opinion based on what you heard and
Are
how
they beating the most serious charges?
Oh.
and how you perceive him. Do you think that the fact he's been incarcerated for 10 months and
I honestly, I really don't know. Just because I just don't know, and it's not. I don't think it's my personal feelings. I really truly think this is about
For a second there.
politics, the law, and like I think
shot Diddy.
that's what it is. I think
Oh.
so.
Academics finna take a shot, y'all.
I'm gonna take a shot for Diddy, man. I ain't gonna lie, I was very surprised that it came down that way. I really was. You know,
I was shocked too, man.
and it's really off of yesterday. It played out how I was predicting it to play out, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I think
I thought the nigga was gonna get convicted, man. I thought.
You were like low last night leaving. He was like a puppy. He was like, mm-mm.
But he beat him,
I
man.
think he did too, judging by the reaction.
I think
you know?
everybody did, man.
I think that's why it was
Everybody
so shocking when it was like not
And
guilty.
he was
not
looking
guilty.
over at the jury like this when
Yeah.
they came up. He was like, he kept doing this to the jury.
yeah.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
that's a great question someone just asked. I'm trying to figure it out. Oh, okay. The statute of limitations. Wait, hold on. There's not a specific. I'm just googling it. Do you know if there's a statute of limitations on Mann Acts and 2 prostitution acts that he was convicted of? Do you know if there was a statute of limitations on it where if they had not brought it now, maybe they couldn't have brought it then because
Oh, I don't
because
know.
remember the RICO they have the last act has to be
Let
in
me
the last
see.
5 years.
Is there?
How you feel, Abby? You would have let him go today?
Yeah, she
On bail?
She was bullshit, man. I think the jury spoke their piece, man. Listen, and you know, I'll be respectful to, you know, Cassie and Jane Doe, but the jury basically said Y'all were hoes, man. Y'all relying on that man. Y'all did these things willingly. And that's the basis of the case for me. That's the basis of the case. Y'all pursued him after y'all, when Damian Williams did the whole speech. This is a man that has been taking away the rights of women to make consensual choices regarding sex. He has been sex trafficking them. Don't throw in some bullshit in the 90th minute and then tell me this is why we need to still keep him. No. Once the objective is out the window, try and come back again, or really don't try again. But you know, I hope this AUSA Comey doesn't try. I feel like she gonna try to cook something up. I feel she gonna try. She gonna start going over jail call logs. She gonna go over jail call logs. She gonna go over taxes. She gonna go over everything to say we ain't letting him out before October. And when October comes, I gotta figure out a way to give his ass at least 2 years.
I think you just nailed it right there. They are gonna have their team go over those call logs dating back to God knows when. They even brought this up as to wanting to get some of those calls into evidence. So that's great. And I don't think the judge allowed it, but that is a really good point. Hopefully for his sake, he didn't say anything or.
You know, it was funny, and I talked to the guy who cooperated, which is 6ix9ine. He said, "Listen, let me tell you about the Southern District of New York." And he said, "I told you." He said, "When they are not done with you," he said, "they've raided my house 2 times. They found a way to get me locked back up. That's why I was with Diddy, because they gave him parole." Oh.
This makes my profile picture look like you smoking.
As a kid?
Yeah.
Oh.
And he was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like, he couldn't believe that shit. He was like, "Oh my God, bro." He's like, "I don't even know who this is." He's like, but for me, I just see, I don't know. I mean, I didn't see it as being that bad. Like, in my city where I was from, in Pittsburgh, in the areas that I was in, weed was chill. Like, it was the other stuff that you had to worry about.
Look, we're almost damn near the same age. Being in 11th grade with a blunt or a joint in your mouth in your profile picture, you're pushing that shit, dude.
For real?
Yeah. Hell yeah, because you go to school like, oh, that's the kid.
Yeah.
All the teachers, he's the one with the joint in his mouth in the picture.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's the one that makes music. Like, we already
But
know.
I smell like weed when I come to class, though.
You just don't
already
give a
know
fuck.
what it's in.
Oh.
Yeah, like I'm walking
You're not
through the
trying
door. Yeah, I'm coming to class.
Oh, never mind.
Smell like bud.
I was always afraid my mom was like, fucking stop.
Oh, that's the thing. I was just telling you about my dad. My mom smokes weed. Yeah, I smoke weed with my mom.
Oh, we know that now, but like,
Yeah.
I didn't know that it was.
Oh, like
That's
growing
different.
up. Yeah,
That's
like
different.
growing up, it was no thing to have pot in the house. Like,
Oh, man.
yeah. It was
You got a
chill.
sick ass life.
It was super chill. That shit kept me out of trouble, man.
Hell yeah, come home and smoke weed instead of go out and do dumb shit with dumb
That's
ass
what I'm
fools.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's all I was trying to tell him. I was like,
Yeah.
you smoke.
And you were locked the fuck in. Look what it did.
Yeah, for real.
It depends who you are.
Yeah, I was super locked in. And the only thing about it was that it was illegal, considered illegal. So if I got caught with it, I had to pay the price. But you know, pay the cost to be a boss.
Sometimes you gotta release out from jail.
You know what I mean?
Oh yes, yes, yes.
You gotta get out.
Like that.
You gotta get out of jail on a court Taylor game.
So hold on. So you're at the airport. You get arrested for weed, no pass. That's what we read, right?
Yeah.
My biggest fear is getting in trouble at the airport. I've gotten a lot of the pull to the side, sugar bag when I was a kid. They stopped. They didn't find it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a dumbass for taking weed to the airport with my dad anyway. I'm stupid. I was 14. I was wow, I'm tripping. But I know that feeling of like I should run, but where am I gonna go? Like, it's the airport, man. It's a mile long.
Right.
So for you, you're already making music. People already know who you are. They see your face like, oh, that's the fool. You should search him if you want to find weed.
Right.
Like you're at that point. So what's that process? They're like, yo, you're going to jail right now. What happens to your bags? Like what? I always imagine like every step, like, where's my shit?
Yeah.
Where am I going? Man, you're in Texas. They
Yeah.
extra fucking hate weed.
Yeah.
Like there's no other way to put it, dude.
Close to Mexico, so it was more like being in Mexico than it was like being in Texas. But it was crazy because it was just a grinder. Like it wasn't even like
It was a grinder with some weed in it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's not what I imagined.
Yeah.
A grinder?
Oh, you weren't even trying to take me.
No, they was just tripping. Yeah, El Paso is like that. They did the same thing with Willie Nelson. They did the same thing with Snoop. And that's all they did. They just wanted to put me up there with Willie and Snoop. They were like, we messed with Willie.
It's so goofy.
We
They-
got him.
They made Willie Nelson the face of fucking Austin.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah. I mean, they're old school down there. Hopefully they loosened up and they
Valley
chill.
said-
But it was just a grinder. And it was, something that I used to my advantage again anyway. So thanks, El Paso. No, never mind. I don't want to say it.
We abide by your laws. So, this is when I think of things, I'm like, oh man, I wonder what it's like for somebody that's like a fucking superstar,
incredibly
right?
famous.
So sometimes I'll be like going into my hotel and like, oh, I'm gonna change his shirt. Has a big ass. They're just gonna look at me like that fool's gonna smoke in the room. Cause I got a process to not making it smell, and it fucking works.
Really?
But when they see you, they're like, oh, should we put the smoking charge on now
Mm-hmm.
for you? Cause you can't. What do? You can't avoid shit.
Man, they're putting fucking air purifiers in the hallway, like.
Oh, they're accommodating you. Oh, shit. I gotta get taller, dude. I swear, man. People they don't do that shit for me. They just go, $500.
Big ass air purifiers.
You gotta stop giving a fuck.
Leading up to the room. That's how you even know where I'm at. You just hear, woo. You hear smoke being sucked out.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's not the answer I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they charge it, put it on the room to let them know it's good. No, they're just over there helping. You're the Cheech and Chong at this point. Fuck yeah. Oh,
they
it's-
definitely help you smoke. They're with it.
But when did that change? Because I know it wasn't always like that.
No, it wasn't.
You have to notice- notice,
man.
exactly.
I paid my dues.
You have to notice the change, like, oh, this place was nice. And then it becomes every place was nice. And it
Yeah.
goes to this place sucked.
Man, I paid my dues, man.
It takes a while, man. I've been kicked out of a few hotels.
So keep putting in that work, dog.
The towel under the door it helps. It
Yeah.
doesn't do it all, guys.
Yeah.
I promise you.
This is your next video.
Do you do the?
Right? I just smoke in the hotel.
You do the bag or smoke detector?
Of course.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, the shower cap.
Yeah.
Of course. I do the shower cap. I do every seal. I get
Yeah.
a sweater if I need to.
Yeah.
Wet towel, I don't really. And I try to stay by the bathroom.
Yeah.
So most you could do, man. Or just take a big break.
Yeah.
A dab setup. At this point.
Mm-mm-mm.
Okay, so yeah, I thought they were like, yeah, we charge them. It's Wiz Khalifa. Of course, it's gonna get high in our rooms.
They wouldn't even let me stay there if they didn't know how much weed I was about to smoke. They're fully aware.
I think that's an accomplishment. That's like the stat. You can smoke anywhere.
It's-
Like with Mario coins and
Him and
shit.
Snoop, I mean, who else?
I think they owe it to themselves to, just be relaxed on that. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that helps everybody.
Okay, so that was one question I had. Also, another question I had. Good. I would say, let's go worse. Do you have any like the bad psychedelic episodes? I've only had one or
Any
two.
bad ones.
No.
No.
God.
What happened with yours?
The last one. I've only had two.
Okay.
The last one was sitting right there during an episode,
Mm-hmm.
and one of these comedians Josh Wolbe's a comedian. That's why I asked the stage question because he might take 4 grams. Like, I got a comedy store show.
Yeah, we did an interview with him.
Yes, you had to know exactly,
yeah,
Josh.
yeah.
Exactly, Josh and Jake.
Trippy.
Thank you. So the last time he came, he's like, "Hey, take these pills." I'm like, all right,
Oh,
go.
they're butterscotch.
Oh, they were the butterscotch, the ones before that, and I took the pill too. Anyway, I did the old, okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna hit. And then I remember I was sitting in my own brain over there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when's the last time I talked? Did I say something stupid?
Mm-hmm.
And in my head, I look over and I'm like, how long has it been?
Yeah.
And I started to feel the sink in my own body.
This happened mid
Episode.
podcast.
And then I just said out loud, how long have I not talked?
It's
'Cause
not that bad though.
No, that was like the start. When I got home is when it got.
Mm.
I got home, I had my wife drive. When I got home, I was staring at, the lights always look incredible when I'm tripping. Like, I feel like you can stare at them and they just start to change.
Oh, for sure.
Everything just starts to
It's
change.
orange. and
It's just the fun.
green.
But this one, I just had some faces come out and they kept talking to me.
Mm.
I don't know how long I was by myself. I watched this go in the bathroom. It felt like she's gone for fucking ever. I'm sitting there and these faces are coming out. And they're like, hey, just do it. I'm like, what?
What?
And they're like, come on, you're almost there.
What?
I'm like, what? I'm talking, but I'm not speaking. I'm like, and I just see all these famous ass comedian fools floating by me. I'm like, what's going on? And I just do it. They all did it. I'm like, what are you saying? And I'm like, come on, just come over to it. Just do it. I'm like, what are you? And I was like, they're not saying. I'm like, this is evil. This bitch is fucking you. And I went, what do you want me to do? And I was like out of my body looking over and like, this bitch thinks I'm going for this. I went, no. I was like, I'd rather be broke. And then
Sold your soul.
You said that?
over here, when I'm watching, looking at my own body, I had a blanket over my head and I'm just tripping. I can see through the lights. You know the white blankets with, when you're tripping under a blanket, it's like a fucking fortress.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that shit's, it's like a whole other world, dude. Looking at your feet like,
Your wife was in
whoa.
the bathroom the whole
I could have
time.
swore she was gone for fucking ever. Unless I was talking to this thing for 10 seconds, but it felt like I'm like an eternity. And it's like, come on, it's like, just be part of us. I'm like, what
Whoa.
the fuck? And I saw all these faces floating by me like a dream. And I remember my body was, I was over here looking at myself going, this bitch is, no.
Man.
And I went, suck my dick, get out of here. And my wife came in, scared the shit out of me. But everything was like,
Snapped out of it.
She heard you say that?
no, she's like, what are you saying? I'm like, because you know I was tripping.
Yeah.
She's like, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good, thank you.
That's crazy.
But I remember that, I just saw all the faces of like all the biggest fucking,
That's wild. I smoked
Actors and
salvia.
shit.
You remember that shit?
yeah, I don't smoke it no more. Did you have a bad one on that?
It wasn't bad. It was awesome. But it was really vivid like that. The salvia was more vivid than
It's
anything.
a smokable mushroom, basically.
That's what I'm saying. But like
About 40
when I
seconds
do
a day.
shrooms, I feel like a little bit sick, a little bit. Like if I'm tripping, I feel a little nauseous.
Yes.
I might spit up a little bit. I watched Interstellar off of shrooms, and it was a crazy experience. And I fucking hate Matt Damon. In real life, like me and him, we gotta talk, like, cause I need him to not be who he was
In that movie?
Yeah.
So you're not him.
I don't have a problem like disconnecting real people from their characters, but because of how high I was, I really think that that's how he is in real life. Like,
He just watched this all sad.
I was like, I fucking hate that dude. I was like, I really, really don't like him. So that's what mushrooms did. But when I smoked salvia, I heard music backwards, and
Oh,
yeah, it was, and it wasn't just me hearing it backwards. That shit was actually backwards.
What did it feel like? Because I know what music feels like. What does it feel like backwards? It must have felt, you must have noticed it.
Yeah, I did. I was with the homie. I'm like, bro, please
Not
tell
like
me.
Tech
I was
Nine backwards.
like, please tell me you hear that. He's like, what? I'm like, the fucking music's playing backwards.
Body G. The one who is technically number 10? Why? Who was that was technically number 10, G? That's crazy. Mama been helping out birds, now she helping out rappers. Like, you just Mother Teresa in this motherfucker.